What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? Zach Tack for Zach Tack Bricks back again with a video for you guys. So, took the week off for my birthday, so it was a good and fun birthday. I got to build some LEGO, play some video games, snurp in, and take the whole week off. I just took 2 days off, but I didn't want to burn all my vacation days at once. But anyways, I have here in front of me the LEGO grocery store in which I'm going to be redoing this project here very soon, or in fact right now as we speak, because I feel like that it was kind of crazy and I wanted to be able to essentially make this fit inside my LEGO city. So as it stands, on a 48 by 48 base plate, it does not fit on my LEGO city, which is kind of unfortunate because this was a really cool build and I enjoyed it quite a bit, and this was by far my most popular video on my channel, which I thank you all for watching this. So I'm excited to redo this and put it on a 32 by 32 base plate. In fact, I'm putting it on two 32 by 32 mills plates that I've already have made here. And so the challenge is to put it on the two mills plates without losing much space. So in comparison, the 48 by 48 plate would have worked out better had I actually made it with road plates in mind, but I didn't. And so as it stands, this essentially could have been the connection point for another road plate. And so down here, I essentially have way too much overhang for what could have been the roads. And this, I really like how big this is because it gives a good feel of walking up and whatnot, and it leaves room for the grocery stall. And as you can see here, butting up these two 32 by 32 base plates, essentially it's going to eliminate half of what a road plate would be, which does leave me a little bit of a problem, and that is going to be just fitting in a lot of the features that I really want on here, which is like the grocery cart stall, the parking and whatnot. And I was trying really hard to make this work with not only in my city and trying to figure out a way I could position this where it makes sense, but I can't find anything that works. So it's oddball all the way around. No matter which way I spun it, it just wasn't working out. And don't get me wrong, I did try. I mean, I really did try to make this fit, and it just, no matter which way I put it in my LEGO city, it just wasn't going to work out. So today, we're going to be essentially transplanting this over onto this plate over here, these two mills plates right here, and I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work out, mainly because it could fit on there perfectly with some overhang, and it may leave me the ability to do the loading dock in a better way than I thought. So it can fit. It definitely can fit 100% for sure. And I may, if anything, put this to where the grocery store is center on the plates. That way I have overhang on both sides, or extra room on both sides to have a walkway essentially for to see outside with the windows and whatnot. So that's going to be the kind of the challenge. I don't know if I'm going to be able to just peel up the building and work on it that way. So yes, it's going to be fun, and hopefully this will give me back some much needed 4x4 plates, because I am officially out of them now, and this one did take a lot, and I used up all of them making my last two mills plates that I had. So I won't be doing a LEGO order for a hot minute, mainly because I need to chill the beans with ordering LEGO. But anyways, if you're excited for this video, be sure and smash that like button and subscribe for more videos. I post videos every Monday, and I actually remember to ask this time because I keep forgetting the last handful of videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start moving some stuff around on this LEGO grocery store, and see if we can't make it work on two 32 by 32 base plates. And let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this new filming setup that I have, because I have the ability to essentially add camera angles and whatnot. I don't know if this will be doable for streaming or not, as the laptop I have is newer than my OG gaming laptop, but it is, not as beefy, I would think. Who knows? We'll give it a whirl. Man, I really feel bad taking this apart because this was just This was so much fun to make on so many levels. I'm going to try and preserve everyone in their entirety here inside the store. Man, this is like my fondest memories of the channel so far. And my channel's not even that old yet, so let's just go ahead and take out all these mini builds as we can and see if I can't take out the shelves without breaking them. Well, I'm probably going to have to get a brick separator in here because a lot of them are stuck. The plates are stuck on the plates below. And I don't think I can get in there. Maybe. So, So once I began to get everything moved out of the original Lego grocery store, was the tedious part of deconstructing everything and getting it onto the new base plate. And, going back and looking at the original build, I'm not sure what I was thinking in building on a 48 by 48 base plate other than I just wanted the store to be massive. And I really like how this store feels now with it being on two 32 by 32 base plates side by side. It feels more natural to the Lego City. And, if I had another one of these Lego grocery store kits, I would definitely consider making this span the entire width of 3 base plates diagonally. I think that'd be a really good sized grocery store. It would give me the opportunity to really fill out the store. But going forward and thinking, with looking at my Lego City and the layout so far and some potential compromises I'm going to have to make, I'm not sure if that's going to be doable, especially with future planning for larger structures and more road plates and more mills plates and whatnot for other buildings, and trying to get creative with how I can really flush out the city. And I really, really do want to make the store a little bit bigger in the future, as I do feel like it's kind of tiny, and I definitely have, the ideas in my head to make this building bigger. And not that I want to make it the size of like a Target or something like that, but I would like it to be a little bigger, as the amount of display possibilities for products, excites me to make a larger grocery store. But for now, this is a good layout. All right, brief check-in real quick. I have done my best to transplant everything from the original 48 by 48 base plate here all the way to the new 32 by 32 base plate. There has been some complications because my brain's like, wait a minute, where did this go? Where did that go? I don't remember where this went. And so I've been trying to figure out where to move things to where it makes sense. And so I've kind of had some hiccups here and there with placement of bricks, because my brain tries to autocorrect sometimes whenever I rearrange things. And I had some pieces disappear, which is never good, but everything is still working how I want it to, and I'm liking the new transition, and the amount of space that I have on both sides is actually really nice, because I was originally worried about the cart stall not being able to go there, but I can actually put one on both sides of the store now when I get more of those fence pieces and more of the shopping carts. So that's exciting. More real estate for more things. The loading dock, I think, is going to work out really, really well, especially with everything that's going into it. And honestly, I could have made the loading dock a little bit bigger, but instead of changing and adding more to it, I think I'm going to leave it the way it is, because it hasn't been exactly a pain to transplant everything over from one base plate to another, but it has been kind of tedious. So I'm going to continue on moving thing over, and I'm also going to add some more additional detail work with the base plate and all that. So I'm excited to add that to this, and I think once I move it onto this base plate, this will actually have a spot in the Lego City, which is really, really nice, because my Lego City has been kind of, I wouldn't say dormant for a hot minute, but it has been kind of not really a lot going on because of me trying to catch up with stuff. So it's been one of those things where I think we're good as far as this can finally go where I want it to go in the Lego City. So let's keep building, and let's see if we can't move this over to the city here at the end of the video. So looking at the above view of the Lego grocery store made me realize that the loading dock is very, very small, and I'm really not sure how I can make that bigger by any means because there's really not much room for a minifigure to turn around. If you think of them holding a box or bringing in items, and really, I don't need that store to be that square to match the backside of the building. And so I'm really thinking about going back and bringing in the loading dock to where it's not quite as big width wise, and just shrinking it down a little bit and reclaiming some of those parts and breaking up the monotonous square of the building a little bit to where it's kind of a funky shape. But I think I'll like that a whole lot better, so I may do that. Okay, I gotta stop for a second. I can't make this up. I thought I was transferring everything according to what it should be, and somehow I have made the store wider than it originally was, and I have no idea how I managed to make the store wider by, it looks like, two studs. I have no words on how I accomplished this feat of making the store wider by two studs. I legit have no idea how I did that. And here's the thing, like, there were some things that weren't adding up math wise. I was like, well, maybe that's just me being silly because I changed some stuff around, and I went to put on the back plate here, and it's not big enough. And I was like, how did that happen? And so I started play fitting some stuff around, and then I was like, well, surely I didn't. And like, the roof is two studs wider somehow, and I have no idea how I did that. Absolutely no idea. Like, I legit have no idea how I did that. And it makes sense now as to why I had these random tiles right here that were just exposed. And I was like, I don't remember those being exposed. And now I have a conundrum. Do I shrink the store down by two studs? Or do I extend the roof by two studs? And I don't see how it grew because everything is fitting inside of here. Like, I have no idea. I truly have no idea how this happened. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the back roof here and the actual roof itself by two studs. I legitimately have no idea how that happened because everything is how it's supposed to be. And, I did have to, like, redo some stuff because I didn't keep track of what went where. So I'm just going to extend the roof by two studs and sneak in some more detail work in the freezer over here, and I didn't do the tiling work, and I have no idea how this happened. So I'm kind of at a loss. So wish me luck in putting this back the way how it should be. So I did not put it back the way how it should be. I just left it the way it was. I extended the roof by two studs, which was kind of a pain. I added the tiling work on both sides, added the grocery cart stall on the left-hand side, and then added the vending machine on the other. I think I'm going to go back later and build some more vending machines and put those on the side of the building just to make that side of the building seem less bare. I really like how the vending machines look, so that's going to be another project for the future. Alrighty, so I have made quite a few changes on the outside of the model for the grocery store here, and I'm just doing some last finishing touches on some plants, trying to keep as much of the original model in place, which I haven't changed much. And again, how it got swapped to or increased by 2 studs wide, I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure that out, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how it happened. But I do like how this works and how it fits better, and I've made some changes to it that I'll walk you through real quick. None of the inside has changed at all, but I'll go ahead and show you that. Essentially, the inside of the building has changed quite a bit as far as really hasn't changed at all. Right, I'm sorry, hasn't changed at all. The roof essentially has been extended by 2 studs, which was kind of a challenge to add on this additional section, especially with supporting it, which has had to use some creativity in the part usage department. But bumping it over 2 more studs wasn't really too hard to do, and I was able to do that fairly easily. The challenge is going to be where I essentially had to come back and add in a ton more as far as other things go, as far as with changing some stuff in the layout, as far as like where the studs attached to the roof and whatnot. So everything on the inside is pretty much the same. I had to get creative with the additional stud over, which it's so weird because I didn't use more parts other than trying to fix the roof here, which the roof had to have some creative parts usage with getting that together. And then everything else was pretty much the same. I had to scoot things over, and luckily I had enough parts to make the roof work. And so all of that is still the same. It's just 2 studs wider. The inside is identical to what it was originally. The bread is what it was. The meat and cheese is where it was. The minifigures are roughly where they were originally. The walk-in freezer here, that's still there. This one I made a little wider so I can add some more stuff in there. So I'm hoping to be able to add a handful of more things in there. That way I can essentially fill out that and whatnot. And I have some printed tiles left over that I'm hoping to kind of move some of them over here. Not from here, but to add them here, because I had a buttload of printed tiles just pop up out of nowhere, so it's nice. Everything, like I said, is back where it was. You have the manager there greeting everyone as soon as you walk in. You have this lady here checking out and this gentleman here checking out. The potatoes and the onions are where it was. All the drinks and sauces are where they were. The carrot, the cucumbers, this little snack counter that I have right here, that's where it usually is. And now, the front is a little different. So let's talk about the front. So originally, the grocery stall was right here because we still had a ton more studs to work with up front. But now, the trash can, the plants, stuff like that are there. I will put the greeter lady on the road plate as soon as I have that in place. So she's going to go normally where she is. So here's what's different. We have plenty more real estate on both sides. So lots of space on both sides. What's different is we have the bottle collector recycling machine is actually over here on the side where this guy is. And then lots of space right here to walk down. And then here is the loading dock or the loading bay, whatever you want to call it. This area right here will definitely be a street. That way I can have an 18-wheeler back up and load this in, which would be super stellar. And then over here is the shopping cart stall. That I moved over here, and it's funny that I put it this way because this works out just so much better. And eventually I will lengthen the stall as I get more of these fence pieces in, so that way I can have tons of more carts as soon as I get more carts and whatnot. So I'm going to make this probably go all the way down the length of the building. That way I can throw in here, 4 or 5 carts. And then here's what's funny. So the entire build itself got widened by 2 studs, right? So I thankfully had more of these tiles, and I still have no idea how I did that, how I widened the entire thing, but it's super duper wide. and I have no idea how I did that. But I really like how it looks, and everything still snaps together the way I want. I'm just gonna put the roof back on there, and the little jumpers grip things very nicely. And I was really worried about support because of that additional 2 studs I added, but everything attaches really well. I did have some snags where I had to make some adjustments with everything else, but it looks really good how it is, and I'm happy with it. And maybe down the road, if I ever make this a little bit bigger, I would probably add a parking lot over, and then widen the store again to where it takes up maybe where this stall is, widen that quite a bit, and that way I have a little bit more real estate. And maybe eventually the goal is to just widen the store, completely. I just took out the plants there. Widen the store completely to where it takes up the entire width of the base plate. That way I can have more shelves and more food stuff. That just requires getting more printed pieces and whatnot. But I really like how it looks, and I'd love to get your feedback on this. And if you would make any changes, or if you think I should add anything, to make the build more fleshed out. And I like it, and we'll have to see what this looks like in the Lego City. Alrighty, Lego Maniacs, what do you think of the Lego grocery store, which is now on 2 32 by 32 base plates? I actually got the idea of downscaling the Mills plate from 48 by 48 to a 32 by 32 because of the new Lego Botanical Garden set that just came out. And I thought, it would look really cool if I was able to put this on a 32 by 32 base plate, times 2, so 64 by 32 essentially. And I'm pretty stoked with how it looks. It's actually very strong. Like, I'm putting a lot of faith in this not buckling in the middle. But the build is really strong. It's holding up. And I think now this is on a similar base plate form factor that all the other base plates are. I think it'll work out a whole lot better in my Lego City. And I think some detail work, as far as filling this in the city and adding some additional things around it may make it work a little bit better. I am kind of worried about space and whatnot on the sides, but I think it'll work out, especially if I put it next to a building that has a surrounding sidewalk of the building. So lots of options, and this isn't supposed to be like a Mega Mart or like a Walmart or whatever. It's more supposed to be like a small town type of grocery store, I think, but still with the vibe of Walgreens or whatever. If you catch my drift. But anyways, I hope you guys like my Lego grocery store. I'm gonna go ahead and put it down before fate chances itself and it does buckle in half. That'd be crazy embarrassing, and I'd be kind of mad at myself for breaking it. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all the improvements that I've made as far as moving it over to the base plate. If there are any features or any designs aspects you would like me to add and you'd like to see, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment them down below. Next time, we're going to start working on my Lego Store mock, which I'm going to be utilizing 2 of these Lego 18-wheelers that I've been holding on to for several months now. So I'm hoping with utilizing a lot of the parts in the set that I can make a really nice Lego store, and the parts usage will hopefully spare me from having to dip too much of my part inventory as far as the panels and stuff go. But we'll cover that in the next video. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, be sure and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos. I post videos every Monday. Be sure to follow me on my social media. I have a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Links for all the things in the description box below. If you enjoyed this build and want to see the original Lego grocery store, I'm going to put a playlist above my noggin there. You can click that and check that out and watch that later if you like. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Until then, friends, keep building, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.